States ministries of health and their task force are leading the response at subnational levels. But how much is ongoing in terms of enlightenment, which is key to the COVID-19 fight? Borno State has the highest number of confirmed cases in the northeast, and the Commissioner for Information and a member of the state's COVID-19 response team joins us on efforts to curbing misinformation in the state. He joins us from our Maiduguri studio. Mr. Bakura Abajato, welcome to the program. I'd like to begin with your reaction to the extended phase of the second lockdown ease and how it affects you in Borno State.
Well, normally the cases that we have around in Maiduguri, most of the cases are imported cases. The truth to say, within Borno State, I think right from the index case that we have, most of the cases that we have been recording of recent are those people who are traveling into Maiduguri from other parts of the country. We have a quarantine center. In addition to the quarantine center also, from the inway into Maiduguri, at the checkpoint where people come into Maiduguri, there is a checkpoint at Njimtilo by the university, State University. People need to come down of their vehicles. They need to be checked for their temperature and all those things. And then from there on, they will be conveyed to the quarantine center, which is at the Hajj camp. And at that Hajj camp, that is where the actual sample will be taken. And it is from those samples that we normally collect that we find cases of COVID-19. But for the city itself, I think the city is very much more, safe in terms of that thing. So I think the easing and extension of the lockdown, and of course, coming up with this interstate movement, I think we need to also gear up to see that people who are coming into Maiduguri are actually really being checked and confirmed to be COVID-free before they'll be allowed into the city. Normally, what they do is at the quarantine center, they are housed. They stay there for at least 3-4 days until the results of the samples collected, confirmed that these people are actually positive or negative. The positive ones are taken directly to the isolation center, while those who are confirmed to be negative, they are allowed to go into the city and then unite with members of their family. Now also the state government has acquired new, digitized testing facilities, and those facilities are going to be used, so that within a good and a little time, the tests can be conducted and then the result will be obtained. Those digitized machines can also be done without these DNA and, of course, RNA extractors. So those things, I think, but the moment they are available, I think we are going to be in good shape. But as for now, the tests are conducted in 2 different places, at the University of Maiduguri Teaching Hospital, and then the other one is at the State Laboratory Center, where those samples are collected, transported to, analyzed, and then the result brought back to the quarantine center, before allowing those people who came into Maiduguri from elsewhere will be allowed into the city.
Finally, I must ask you, Mr. Abajato, and that is, what is the level, if you were ranking on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you say is the level of awareness that COVID-19 exists and COVID-19 is not malaria that the people in Borno State have of coronavirus?
Well, that is the case in most parts of Africa, Nigeria, and everywhere. People are so much, lackadaisical about it. People do not look at it as a very serious case. Hitherto, people are afraid and scared. But, as time goes by, there is this breaking of the element of fear. People now, tend to look at COVID-19 as any other disease. But the main thing is that the level of awareness and the campaign that we keep doing is so much, and it is massive. We started before everyone else. There are jingles running on radio stations. There are jingles running on TV stations. We also have the mobile ban. And all forms of information, the management and dissemination assets are deployed, particularly the public address system that goes into nooks and crannies, wherein people, do not, maybe some people you may think they don't listen to radio. Even if they do listen to radio, they don't, listen to it with rapt attention. Places like marketplaces, all these places, including the National Orientation Agency. They're also doing a very good job. In addition to the supply of wash hand stations at various public places, supply of hand sanitizers, And of course, we sometimes go to the extent of distributing face masks at the designated areas, particularly those areas where we have a lot of people coming together to conduct businesses, maybe marketplaces, the Sangaya institutions and all these things. We do give them the face mask. But the main thing is that we still need to put in more efforts in terms of public awareness, the sense that people now tend not to even believe it.
We'd like to thank you, Commissioner for Information and member of the state's COVID-19 response team, Mr. Bakura Abajato, on Borno State's COVID-19 response. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much.